Thanks so much for being with us here on Atlanta News First Plus. I'm Joy Lim-Nakrin. You know, the major story that we've been following throughout the morning is this widespread outage that involves Microsoft products, applications, and services, and it's really been impacting many users all around the nation. I want to show you a live image out of Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. Clearly, it's the world's busiest airport, but you don't see a lot of airplanes in the air right now. There was a ground stop earlier in the day. I am happy to be able to share with you that, some flights have since resumed. The FAA, again, grounded flights from several major carriers due to the outage. Affected airlines included United, Allegiant, Delta, and American Airlines as well. And as of just a short time ago, about half an hour ago, we learned that 416 flights had been delayed, 245 had been canceled, with the majority of those being Endeavor Air and Delta Airlines flights, according to FlightAware. And this is just concerning Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport. There were thousands and thousands of flights impacted around the world, really. But, just after 8 a.m., the FAA said a ground stop for Delta Airlines was lifted, but it continued for several others. The ground stop for United Airlines has also been lifted as well. I want to show you some footage from just what it's looking like inside the airport. But, the FAA and the Atlanta airport issued statements regarding the outage impact on flights, saying the FAA is closely monitoring a technical issue impacting IT systems at U.S. airlines. Several airlines have requested FAA assistance with ground stops for their fleet until the issue is resolved. And apparently, it has to do with Microsoft 365 apps and services and an issue affecting those things, those items. And Microsoft users, I should say Microsoft said that it was gradually fixing this issue, saying the underlying cause of the issue has now been fixed. Several Microsoft 365 apps and services have been fully restored to full functionality. Residual impacts still affecting some Microsoft 365 apps and services. Microsoft 365 engineering are continuing to conduct additional mitigation actions to provide relief. We're continuing to observe an increase in functionality and availability for the remaining impacted scenarios, and we're monitoring this closely to ensure we're progressing towards full recovery. Microsoft is continuing to treat this event with the highest priority possible. And just showing you, some of what we have on AtlantaNewsFirst.com, because this is going to be helpful for you. Let's apologize. Let me get you to the right browser here. Because this is going to impact your life today. I'm pretty sure. I don't know you personally, and it impacts everybody differently. But, here's another story that we've got on AtlantaNewsFirst.com, just about how this outage has knocked down online driver services and tax services here in Georgia. So you see, it's really multiple impacts that we're talking about. And you see that statement up there from CrowdStrike. If you want to get the latest and you want to see all the details, AtlantaNewsFirst.com really is a place to do that. And if you want to download our free app, we also have much more there as well. Jared Hill has a big picture look at what's been happening with this outage.
A massive IT outage has halted operations for banks, airlines, and computer systems worldwide. This relates to computers using Microsoft software and the cybersecurity firm CrowdStrike. Multiple airlines issued ground stops Friday morning. American Airlines tells CBS News in a statement they're working with CrowdStrike to resolve the issue as quickly as possible, and they're in contact with planes currently in the air. Across the globe, stores and airports like these also taking a hit. Frontier Airlines initially reported that a Microsoft outage Thursday night had caused a ground stop. That was lifted, they say, this morning. The Secretary of Transportation posted on social media that they're monitoring the flight cancellation and delay issue. Also on social media, Microsoft 365 Status, an arm of its customer service group, posted its outages started around 6 Eastern. It's not currently clear if or how the issues are connected. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
All right, let's take a look at this map here, because guess what? Not just massive Computer issues nationwide and worldwide, really. We are talking about a first alert weather day as well. Got some rain in various places around Georgia. Not as bad as yesterday. Here's first alert meteorologist Rodney Harris.
Thank you so much, Joy, and happy Friday to you. As you mentioned, we are on a First Alert Weather Day, and that's what you see on First Alert Radar right now. Joy, we're looking in Alabama. So the showers that you see, the rain that you see in Alabama, that activity will eventually make its way into North Georgia later on this afternoon. That's really your rain chance for today. That's what we'll be following for you. I will say that we're not really forecasting any storms today. At least the storm coverage will be limited, and the reason why is because it is cooler out there today. Highs are only in the 80s for the first time in a while. In addition to that, with the showers out there, we just don't think it'll be that hot. So that's good because that means we won't see a lot of storms, if any storms at all. So it's really just about the rain today. Happy Friday to you, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Rodney Harris. So right now, and really for the rest of the morning, there may be a spotty shower or two, but for the most part, we're staying dry here in Metro Atlanta. I do want to take you to your hour-by-hour forecast for the afternoon going into the evening. What will end up happening here is the coverage of rain right now is really like 20%, 20, 30%. That will remain the case through lunch. After lunch, going into the later part of the afternoon, like the past several days, our coverage of rain will go up to like 40, maybe 50% this afternoon and evening, and then stay that way for the rest of the evening. The coverage of showers and storms today will be a lot lower than yesterday, so definitely keep your plans. Just know that there will be scattered rain out there throughout the afternoon and evening, and at times maybe a storm or two, although again, the risk of a lot of lightning is fairly low, and we're not forecasting any severe weather at all. So that's your forecast for today. Again, the other key about today is 85 degrees will be your high temperature today, so no more 90s over the next 7 days. Even though it'll be cooler today with a high of 85, I do want to point out to everybody, it will remain very humid. So it'll still be super muggy out there despite the fact that those temperatures are in the 80s. And that'll be basically the same forecast for Saturday. We've pumped up the rain chances a little bit more on Saturday, so you'll probably get more wet Saturday compared to today. That coverage is 70% in the afternoon and evening. But we've been talking about this all week. Our pattern won't really change. There is a lot of warm, humid air that's being pumped into North Georgia from the Gulf of Mexico, and that will keep a daily chance of showers and storms in your forecast basically for the next 7 days. We do have first alert weather days for Friday and Saturday. Not impossible that we add more first alert weather days as we continue into the beginning of next week, just because the rain chances won't really change that much. So again, for today, if you're going to be out and about, definitely keep your plans. Know that you're going to have to dodge some scattered rain really throughout the afternoon and evening, but the risk of lightning is low, the risk of severe weather is low, but those scattered showers will be out there throughout the course of the day. We'll keep you up to date on this forecast. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez will have an update on Atlanta News First at noon, and you can always find your updates in the First Alert Weather app. Hope you guys have an amazing Friday, a great weekend, and until next time, we'll see you soon.